and welcome to Epic Games' Free Game of the Week's review. This is for October 6th until October 13th, it says right there. And we have two games for you. We have Runboll and we have DRL for Drone Racing League. Okay, for these two games here, we can check out the Drone Racing League game right away in the previews. And as you can see here, they have no actual video for their whole game. Isn't that awesome? Is there a video here for their game? No, we got pictures of drones. What else do we got here? We have some racing things you can set up, so you can set up your own little racing stadium. Other stadiums to fly through. Of course, it probably looks nice and it might play nice. It might be an interesting game to actually fly around on your drone and whatever. And of course, this game is very cheap, as you can see, $11. That's pretty cheap, and for whatever you get for it. And unfortunately, we cannot actually play this game because it wants you to do extra steps, just like the other game last week, where they want you to sign in to your Epic's game account. I'm already signed into my Epic's game right there. I don't know why when I start this game it says to sign in again, and they're doing that process again, so this game will not be played. So I cannot review it, and therefore it gets a 0 out of 10. So 0 out of 10 is going to be reserved for those games that you just cannot play because they want to do extra steps that I will not do. It should not be tolerated. You need to stand up and tell them to go F themselves when they try to do stuff like that. Plain and simple. 4.7 stars. I don't know where they got this from. I don't believe this game is going to be even close to that. It seems like a very cheaply made game. Looks like it has a lot of cool different things in there for upgrading your drones, so it could be pretty neat. And if you actually could play this game and make your own little racing leagues and make your own tracks and all that kind of stuff, that's probably why they want to give it a higher rating, whatever. But of course, these ratings are always overrated. And for what you get for $10, is probably very worth the value of free, at least, but I don't know if it's going to be worth 10, and I can't give you an honest review because I can't play this game because it wants to do the extra steps like I said. So we are going to have to put a pass on there, 0 to 10 pass for this game this week, because I won't install it and run it. Well, I tried to install it and I tried to run it because I wanted to test it out and see if it actually worked. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Now we go over to a Runball, or whatever they want to call this game. It is an online and single player modes, and basically what you can do here is, you race against other players and you do different tracks. Unfortunately, the controls for this really blow. You kind of need a joystick to do it. If you had a joystick, it'd be okay, but it involves like double jumps and triple jumps and just racing against other players online and going through all the different problem sums games. We've seen lots of games like this before, but this could be interesting. It's not really that great for graphics, as you can see. The joystick controls do work, but it is very much of a pain in the ass to try it. I tried it out. It does want you to do an extra sign-in thing, but you just hit the one button to do it, and that's okay, I guess. You can hit the one extra button to make sure you're using your display name and stuff like that for online stuff. You do not need to be online to play some of these matches, but fight for survival, as you can see right here, you're going to need to fight other players. It looks just like a cluster F of thing. It's something kids could do with themselves and have a little bit of fun. There's not going to be much. There's not much mechanics to this game. It's just running and jumping, and as I said, there's a triple jump and attacking and stuff like that, as you can see there, and race against time in different colors. It fades different colors in the whatever you call it, those benches and stuff, and happen, and you gotta do all the jumps. It's a typical game like this. It's probably pretty decent. But from what I got from the controls, they were just trying to using on a keyboard. It just doesn't work very good. There's just not much. You can't use your mouse on it, which is really a pain because you kind of want your mouse to use for attacks and stuff like that, and trying to move around on your keys and jump and hit an attack means you got to have extra fingers there that I don't have. I only have a couple to run around. I need my other 4 fingers basically, and then I got another button to jump, and I can't really press both of them at the same time to get a jump attacks that you're going to need to do for that finder control. That's why you got the mouse button there for attacking. But no, it doesn't do that. So we cannot play this game to its full effect unless you have a joystick, which I don't have. Well, I do have, but I'm not going to plug it in to try this game out because it just wasn't interesting enough because I've played a whole bunch of these games before. But as a multiplayer game, as you can see there, it's probably, kind of fun, but I don't think the kids these days are going to appreciate the older school graphics that they have kind of there. They're not really up to par for new stuff. Most of the kids these days are going to be playing on Roblox and have more interesting graphics off of that, basically. So, yeah. overall, I would probably give this game a 2 out of 10 because I did try it out. I didn't try it out for very long because I just got, the controls kind of sucked and it was kind of just, the same old boring, whole bunch of maps to unlock and single player stuff you can do and multiplayer stuff. It just was not interesting, but to be nice to it, I can give it a 2 out of 10 for gameplay. So if you're gonna run around and play with your friends, you got something to do that's free. You just won't have it just won't be fun for a while. It'll be interesting for the first 5 minutes. It'll have its 15 minutes of fame, and then it'll be out of your out of your league basically, and you don't want to even try it anymore. So that is it for this week's games. Pretty much a miss all around, but something to do, pass the time, I guess. They weren't all bad. And then we'll see what happens next week. Sorry, I am just recovering from being sick. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.